My first duty here today is to ask, do you bring Adele to our ceremony?
I do.
Thank you.
I'm a very large too. Says that for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to be seated again, please. David and Adele, come forward.
Hello. Sorry, it's cut.
Is Misha Florence Blackburn agus is Misha and Clara Horsa Fulta. But while I'm Falsha Curve Gachtina and you on Austin and Ballyliffin. My name is Florence Blackburn, Registrar of Marriages. A very warm welcome to every one of you here today to the Ballyliffin Lodge. We're invited here this afternoon to join with David and with Adele in the solemnisation of their marriage. And we're delighted to be here on such a lovely, bright, sunny day. And I hope that my voice carries to at least most of you here today, and those of you who are not perhaps hearing and would want to step forward to listen a little bit closer, please do so. We are invited here today, David and Adele, by the both of you, for the solemnisation of your marriage. And today is a solemn and an important occasion. And we give your marriage ceremony every bit of due dignity that your ceremony deserves. But today is also very much a celebration. And it's your celebration. It's your way of marking the next step in your relationship. And it's your way of marking that step with joy. It's your way of reaching out to everyone who is here with you today. And indeed, I suspect, and I know folks who are not here with you today and who are thinking of you and wishing you well and embracing all that you know in that celebration that is yours. For my part, it's my privilege to be here with you as your registrar, and I feel I can speak for everyone here gathered, and I know I can do this, Adele, because the good humour and as we say, the crack was great. So I know that there's an ocean of good wishes and support coming to you both. And coming to you both not just for today, but for your whole future together. And towards the conclusion of our marriage ceremony, just before I invite David and Adele to sign their marriage registration form, I'm going to ask everyone here to pledge your support to David and Adele. Just as during our marriage ceremony, they will pledge their support and their love for one another. I'm going to invite you all to pledge your love and your support for them. And I shall ask you to do that with our group blessing, but we'll meet that as we come along that in our ceremony. We see first and foremost woven into our ceremony the vows, the promises that you'll both make to one another today, committing yourselves to each other today as husband and wife. And we see the vows and the promises that you make symbolised with your wedding rings, the outward and visible symbol of your love and your commitment to each other. But I'd like to open our ceremony now by inviting Maddie to step forward right up here beside us and give us our opening reading.
Today is a day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start off the day just two people in love and end it as husband and wife. It's a brand new beginning, the start of a journey with moments to cherish and treasure. And although there'll be times when you both disagree, they'll surely be outweighed by pleasure. You'll have heard many words of advice in the past when the secrets of marriage were spoken, but you know that the answers lie hidden inside where the bond of true love lies unbroken. So live happy forever as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you, as you stand there together with love in your eyes from the moment you whisper, I do. And with luck, all your hopes and dreams can be real. May success find its way to your hearts. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it all starts.
Thank you, Maddie, for our reading, and very appropriately in your reading you mentioned that today is the day that we whisper I do. And the first step in our marriage ceremony today will invite you both to do that, to make your marriage promises to one another. Going to open our wedding ceremony now with these words of introduction. David and Adele, you both formally attended at the civil registration service, and in the presence of a civil registrar you made and signed a declaration stating that there is no lawful impediment why you may not be married to each other. And today I'm going to invite you both to reaffirm that declaration you made, and I'm going to ask you to do that by the promises that you make to each other. May I ask you both to stand, please? Going to lead you into your marriage promises today with this sentence. I now call on you both to make a verbal declaration in the presence of your witnesses, to reaffirm that there is still no lawful impediment why you may not now today be married to each other. And I say that you make these promises to one another, and that's exactly what you do. And I say that you make the promises in the presence of your witnesses. And all of us gathered here with you today, we're all witnesses to your wedding. But there are two people you have particularly chosen. And may I invite Suzanne and Michael to step forward and join us. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. And while Michael and Suzanne are here to support you both today, these marriage promises you make to each other, David and Adele, may I ask you to turn to one another. And David, if I may, I shall ask you to make this first promise with these words. I, David, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why we may not be joined together in matrimony. And Adele, may I ask you to make the very same promise, please? I, Adele, do solemnly and sincerely declare that I know not of any lawful impediment why we may not be joined together in matrimony. David and Adele, I'm going to ask you both to reaffirm that promise you've made to one another, and I shall ask you to do that by replying to my next two questions. David, I shall ask you first, and then Adele, I shall ask yourself. David, may I ask, do you understand the promise you have just made?
Yes, I do.
Right. And have you made that promise of your own free will and without duress? Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Well, it proves one thing, they can hear me. Adele, may I ask, do you understand the promise that you have just made?
I do.
And have you made that promise of your own free will and without duress?
Yes, I have.
Michael and Suzanne, thank you for the supportive roles you played today for David and for Adele. I'm going to call upon you both a little later when we sign our marriage registration form. But for the moment, might I ask you to be seated, please? Mm-hmm. David and Adele, may I ask you to be seated as well? Thank you. Mm. And I invite you to take your seats because we're going to pause in our marriage ceremony now, and we do so to listen to our next reader, and our reader is Jack. Jack, may I invite you right up here beside us?
Behold our family here assemble. We are thankful for the place for the love that unites us, for the peace accorded us this day, for the hope with which we expect tomorrow, for the health, the work, the food, and the bright skies that make our lives delightful for our friends in all parts of the earth.
Thanks, Jerry.
Come on, Liverpool!
Well, I don't know enough about football to either agree or disagree with your final statement there, but I wish you well anyway. But I would endorse your reading. You spoke about your family and your friends here assembled with love and good wishes, and enough to get by and happy to be here together. And that's what today is all about. The love, the support that your family and your friends give you, and the love and support that you give to one another. I'm going to ask you both now to pledge exactly that, your love, your support for one another. And I shall ask you to do that with your marriage vow. May I invite you to be standing, please. We have come together today and are privileged to do so, to witness the vows that you both are making to one another. And this next vow, which I invite you to speak to each other, that will perhaps carry you both across a threshold in life. In this next marriage vow, I ask you to pledge to each other to be husband and wife. Once again, may I ask you to turn to each other. And as you join your lives together, may I ask you to join your hands. And David, may I invite you to make this vow with these words. I call upon
these persons here present
to witness that I, David,
do
take you, Adele, to be my lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death us do part. And this is my solemn vow. Adele, may I ask you to make the very same marriage vow, please. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Adele, do take you, David, to be my lawful wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death us do part. And
Amen.
this is my solemn vow.
Mm-hmm.
I often reflect that perhaps for the first time in your marriage ceremony is the one time you say those words to one another, husband and wife, and that's a very powerful vow to exchange with each other. I'm going to ask you both to symbolise that vow that you have been making to one another, and I shall ask you to do that with your wedding rings, that unbroken circle that symbolises your love for each other. Michael, might I ask you to bring forward our wedding rings? Michael, I might ask you to hold on to those rings, please. And the first ring I'll ask you for, Michael, is Adele's, please. And I'll ask you to pass that ring to David.
Thank you, brother.
David, may I invite you to place that wedding ring on Adele's ring finger.
Oh, there we go.
And David, I shall ask you to hold fast to that ring. And I invite you to present that ring, saying, Adele, I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of my love,
as a token of my love,
a symbol of all that we have promised,
a symbol of all that we have promised,
and all that we now share.
and all that we now share.
Ring safe and secure there.
Absolutely.
Michael, may I ask you for that remaining wedding ring, and I'll ask you to pass that to Adele. Adele, I invite you to place that wedding ring on David's ring finger. And Adele, may I ask you to present that wedding ring, saying, David,
David,
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of my love,
as a token of my love,
a symbol of all that we have promised,
a symbol for all that we have promised,
and all that we now share.
and all that we now share.
Ring 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Well done, Maggie.
With our wedding rings exchanged and safely secure, may I invite you both to be seated, please. And once again, we pause in our ceremony, and we do so to listen to Suzanne's reading. Suzanne, you're very welcome forward.
Had I the heavens embroidered cloths enwrought with golden and silver light, the blue and the dim and the dark cloths of night and light and the half-light, I would spread the cloths under your feet. But I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams.
Thank you very much, Suzanne, for your reading. And your reading spoke of having maybe nothing much that the poet thought, Yeats thought was very valuable to share, but he had dreams. And you don't share your dreams with just anybody. You share them with somebody you trust, somebody who'll take them on board and take you seriously, who'll tell you if that's right or it perhaps is not so correct. And that person will be your sounding board, your support, and somebody you trust. And that is exactly what your marriage union reflects. Your trust, your love, your support for one another. May I ask you to be standing, please? Today, David and Adele, you have declared before all of us that you will live together in marriage. Those wedding rings that you both now wear, they will always be the outward and visible demonstration of your love, your commitment to one another. Today, you have both made vows and exchanged promises. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Civil Registration Act 2004, David and Adele have solemnly bound themselves in wedlock in the presence of these witnesses. It gives me immense pleasure this beautiful afternoon to say you're husband and wife. Congratulations. You may catch your breath. And just as today David and Adele have pledged themselves to one another to love and to support each other, I'm going to ask everyone here now to pledge to love and support and to be there for them. Each of you are here today because you wanted to be, because you were invited, and because you bring something special to the lives of David and Adele. Some of you will have known them for years, since the very beginning. Some of you will not have known them quite so long. But whether you're an old friend or a newly acquired relation, you have a special place in their heart. And likewise, you have a special purpose. As beloved family and friends, it is to you to whom they'll turn in the coming years. Whether they turn to you in joy or they turn to you in sorrow. And it is you with whom they will share their happiness, just like today. And it is you to whom they'll bring their pain. And when hard times do come, and the loving support of family and friends is much needed. David and Adele hope to be able to turn to you just as they'll turn to each other. And so today, David and Adele ask you to commit to them just as they are committing themselves to each other. Just as they pledge to protect and support one another, may I ask you to pledge to protect and support them and their relationship today and into the future. David and Adele, may I ask you to turn to each other. And may I ask everyone here to be standing, please. And may I ask that you respond to my next two questions, my invitation for your answers, with the response I do or we do. Firstly, I ask, do you offer David and Adele your blessing as husband and wife? We do. Do you offer their marriage support as loving family and friends? We do. May I ask you to be seated again, please? Thank you very much, because we often hear everybody talks about marrying the one. We've picked out one person and we're overjoyed and we're delighted to be with them. But it's not just one person. It is your relationship, but it is supported by many people, and the love and support of many people and the good humour of many people will see you through the years. I'm going to ask you both now to sign your marriage registration form, which we have ready and waiting on our table here. May I ask you to have a wee seat over here on our table. And now, with our marriage registration form signed, our ceremony today is coming to a close, and my time with you here as registrar is almost over. I'm going to hand you back into the care of Madeline and the team here in the lodge, and I'm quite sure they'll look after you splendidly for the rest of your time here, and I wish you well of that time. It's great to be together on a very happy occasion, and I hope you enjoy every moment of that together. And especially David and Adele, I hope you enjoy every moment of being together here with your family and your friends. It just remains for me to say that, especially on behalf of myself, who had the pleasure of being with you today, and on behalf of the Civil Registration Service, may I wish you both many happy days, and not just many happy days, but many happy days together. Congratulations,
Thank you,
Adele.
Florence.
Thank you, Florence.
That's all. Congratulations, David.
Thank you. Okay.
I believe that when David and Adele have led the way, that there will be receiving your congratulations in the foyer. The floor is yours. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Can't spell it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you David and Adele.
Do you like the music? The Muppets? Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Thank you very much.
Come on through, we'll meet your guests over here.
That's lovely. Hiya, Christian.
Congratulations.
Go get yourself one of these.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations, Mom. Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
Well done, Mr. Balloon.
Do you want to stand here? Or me?
Yes, Mr.
On the. Brilliant, eh? Brilliant. Good service. Did you like the Muppets today? Did people hear it?
We're suddenly in Scotland.
Do you want to stand here and meet people on the way in?
Very formal service. Could have done
Did you
more
like the
than that.
Muppets at the end?
Congratulations.
Did you like the Muppets at the end? Hi, amazing. Did you like the Muppet Show?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it was great.
Did you hear the Muppets at the end?
That's the Muppets. Hello, Jack. You looking good, son? Looking good.
Right. Thanks
You
for
ready for the cake?
Alright, Princess.
Congratulations, Father. Well, Mr. Pin, give me a kiss.
Alright, did you like the Muppet Show?
That was good. Hello again. Where's your cake? Is it over there? I'll get you dinner.
You look great. Well done, darling. That was so bloody funny.
The Muppet Show?
Like the only way out. Did you choose that?
Adele chooses it.
Oh, Jack, look at you. Don't wind him up. Oh, that was so lovely. I couldn't hear it. Oh, was it? I couldn't hear it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
You did really well.
How you doing, guy?
You met Scarlett.
You remember Scarlett?
They were born on the same day, 2 years apart. You could be like her.
You said hello to Jack?
She's 8.
Scarlett, you remember Scarlett? Hello, chum.
Congrats, mate. Well done.
Do you like the music?
Yeah. I recognise that from somewhere.
No chance of that.
Alright, mate, did you like the Muppet Show music?
You look marvellous.
Sorry, I don't know.
He said, come on, Liverpool, didn't you?
What's that?
Well, Tom,
Did you like the
congratulations.
Muppet Show music?
It was brilliant. You looked so handsome, darling. Good kiss.
Dad, remember when you said,
Hurry up,
you
Jack.
said the groomsmen haven't done much? I'm next.
Did you like the Muppet Show theme at the end?
I have your iPad.
Thank you, thanks for coming.
Well done, young man.
Do you like the Muppet Show theme at the end?
There's definitely plenty of Muppets about here.
Oh, you're right.
Right, Jacko.
How you doing? Lovely to see you.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Did you like the Muppet theme at the
I
end?
thought the Muppet thing was my favourite. That was inspired. Hello, Jack. Welcome on your speech.
The Muppet theme?
Oh, you mean when you walked out? I knew that.
When you said the groomsmen started doing much, I said after that.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Alright, so,
It's
hard for me to speak to you at the minute because I'm meeting people.
Hello, Dave.
Hello there. Thank you for coming.
No problems. I'm going to get a nice soft seat.
Yes.
Watch.
Alright, Yvonne.
Karen's coming behind me. Just keep
where's
yourself
Gordy?
tucked in.
Where's Florida? I know.
We'd like to know.
I'm ready to go.
Well, did you like the Muppet theme at the end? Yeah, how you doing? It's hot out there, wasn't it? Oh, my face was burning off me.
There.
You hear him saying, come on, Liverpool? Deadly.
Congratulations.
It was hot out there, wasn't
You
it?
did well. Well, Mr. Martin,
Well,
how are you?
thank you very much for coming up. So good to see
Thank
you.
you for inviting us. It was
Thanks for making the effort.
And the start of the show, I'm sorry. Good man, you did really well. Congratulations. Well done.
Well, it was hot out there, wasn't it? I was
You
melting.
did very well. I'm sure you were it all year. Like,
Oh,
congratulations, David.
thank you. Thanks for making the effort to come up.
All right, young man. What
Backers! Don't you ignore me.
you
You see him there?
I did.
That's just what he's like. He's a
There's a wee
shifty
drink in there,
character.
that's why.
Oh, he's got a beer waiting.
Good to see you, David.
got one, did you?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, we should have done like
I'll see. Thanks for making the effort to come up.
I'm going to get this.
No, you have to stand here.
Hello, Jack. Congratulations.
All right, Jimbo.
You read very well.
Did you enjoy it? It's good. I was getting a me up there, so it was like I have to say.
But John would have loved it in here.
Aye, I know. And he would have said something. You're not.
No, surely not.
He would have. Helen, I didn't get a chance to speak to you earlier. Thanks for making the effort to come up. Brilliant.
This is just lovely.
Where's the dogs? Are you not in charge of them?
Oh, just disappeared with one of them, so you did brilliantly, Jack.
Did you like the Muppet Show at the end, the thing?
The Muppet Show? No, I didn't hear it.
Oh, that's what was played at the end.
You
It was a classic of the night, brilliant. Good reading. Thanks for coming up. Alright, mate, did you like the Yates poem?
I liked it.
I thought you would appreciate it.
I
Probably the only one
was
that did
talking
appreciate
it at the end. I was,
the only one to appreciate it.
right, sir.
I said to myself, Reese is the only one who knows this poem.
Here he is. He started reciting it. There's no way in this.
I knew Reese would be the only one to know the poem. I said Reese would be the only one to know it.
You're up to the way, look.
Aye. It was warm out there, wasn't it?
I was getting warm. Hold on, mate.
It was hot out there, wasn't it?
Now you can relax. So
Yes.
well done, you. Hey. These two are getting too many cards. There's one for you.
Oh, thank you. Stella, thanks for making the effort. Thanks for coming up. It's great to see you.
it better. Look at you.
I know. The weather's unreal.
Didn't he do so well?
If you shouted out, come on, Liverpool, that was hardly like a wedding thing, was it?
I could have cried when he stood up. I just thought, for Max to do that, I'd be so proud of him.
I presume.
Yeah. He doesn't really seem to worry too much about it.
No, he'll watch him.
I'll put that in the.
That's
Yeah.
for Jack. That's not for you. That's for you.
Oh, right.
It's your day. I don't know what they're holding it right for. You know,
Yeah.
attention seekers.
We're, congratulations. Thanks for coming up. Lovely to see you. Thanks for making the effort. Thank you for making the effort.
Not at all. Thanks for bringing us.
Warm out there, wasn't
It's lovely.
it? Did you like the song at the end?
Oh, yes.
Muppets thing?
Brilliant.
You haven't met Nick, have you? And Helen?
Are you all right?
Well done, fella.
Yeah. Did you like the song at the end?
Yeah.
The Muppets.
We went watched the two guys in the balcony called.
Helen, lovely to meet you. Thanks for making the effort to come over, guys.
I feel like one
Liverpool, eh? I'm a City fan. It was dropped.
All right, kiddo.
Congratulations. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks. Well done. Thanks. Everything went
DJ was
well.
very good, by the way. Real.
He was brilliant.
Did you pay?
I hope people appreciated that song at the end. Thanks for making the effort. Yeah. That's right. It was warm out there, wasn't it? We're getting a bit burned. Alright. It was well, Jack. It was warm out there, wasn't it? Wasn't it hot out there? I think I'm burning. Oh no, that'll be good. I thought you and Stanley would have been on there.
I do know you. I know you from
Heard you the whole way through it.
Good, wasn't it?
It's a good ceremony, wasn't it?
Good laugh. I got up and congratulated the big.
I was roasting, by the way. I was
So
roasting.
was I. I said, tell her, that was the best ever. It was 25 minutes it was.
You're well.
nephew-in-law.
Thank you for making the effort to come up. Well, Stanley, it was warm out there, wasn't it?
Oh, lovely day. You couldn't have picked a better day.
Oh, that was great, but I was roasting.
Alright, Jack. Good man.
It was great, wasn't it? Great ceremony. I heard Jackie talking the whole way through it.
You cleaned up well.
So, thank you. Thanks, Desi. Nice to see you.
And Jack, I think you look well.
Well, Sydney, it's warm out there, wasn't it?
Congratulations, Jack. You go well today, man.
Still stay away yet?
Could have learned a thing or two from you.
Still stay away?
Brilliant, big man. Apart from the Liverpool bit. What's the
Just
score
stay
will
away?
be?
Is he still here?
No.
Is he here?
Not the Madrid, is it?
Well, Anna, tell you what, it was hot out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, and especially in all your layers.
I know. Well, Emma,
Well done.
wasn't it hot out there?
Alright, well done, Jack. Congratulations.
It's just here, right?
Yeah.
Is Jane Palm gone?
They might be right behind me, but I don't know.
Well, just are you still here, kid? It's warm out there, wasn't it?
That's why I'm so red.
Thanks for coming up.
Brilliant, that's okay.
Jane, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Pleased to meet you. I've heard so much about you. Not. I haven't heard a thing about you, Jane.
That's probably good. That's probably good.
Oh, Gordy, oh, Karen. Thanks for
You're a
coming up.
transfer, you?
It's warm out there, wasn't it?
Oh, what's warm? Great.
Did you have to bring Beth?
When I get drunk, you know
Here, it
that.
was warm out there, wasn't it?
Oh, it was warm. Sure you were. How you doing?
Congratulations. Oh, my goodness. Imagine seeing you up here.
Imagine.
It was warm, wasn't it, out there?
Well read, well read.
I know we think the jacket could be lost quite soon.
Well, they did tell you what, it was warm out there, wasn't it? Tell you what, it was warm out there, wasn't it?
Well done, Jacko. Oh, are you? There's €10 in it.
Congratulations.
Warm out there, wasn't it?
Lovely. Really nice. Very enjoyable.
Congratulations.
Did you like the Muppets theme at the end? The music, no?
Hi, you. Did you enjoy that? Done really well.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much for making the effort.
Thank you.
What were you like? Listen, you. Standing there with your hands in your pockets, man.
I know, but you won't. The photographer said to me to do that, and then.
You did. Hello, Jack. Here's a kiss.
Congratulations.
I'm
It was warm out there, wasn't it?
Great ceremony.
It was very warm. It was a good ceremony.
Lovely ceremony, yeah. Fantastic. Well done.
Thanks. Thanks for coming over.
Oh,
Thanks for coming over, Bernie.
thank you for inviting us. So kind of you.
Oh,
Well
golly.
done.
Did you get a good sleep?
Very good.
Good. Thank you for coming over.
And good to see you. It's always gorgeous to do it.
Aye, well, thanks for making the effort.
Congratulations.
Thanks for coming over, Yvonne.
Pleasure.
Lovely to see you.
Such a sunny day. Great weather.
All right, mate. It was a good ceremony, wasn't it? Did you hear the song at the end?
I heard bits of it.
The Muppets. It was the Muppets theme too.
Was it? You were there at the back.
Did you not? I thought
Jack,
was it lost
well
on you?
done, Jack. Well done. Good speech.
Did you hear him shouting, "Come on, Liverpool"?
Yeah, I did. On the Reds. The wee man's out on the phone.
All right, off.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. You've been up before, have you not? He keeps coming up
Just
to get a
here for
drink.
3%.
Jack, you've been up before? Oh, 3 times now.
I'm off now.
Where's the dogs? Well, Princess, I winked down at you.
I saw you.
Did you get a drink?
I did.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in and follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You were perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry
Now, we're going to ask you all to be upstanding. Give a big warm welcome into the room. Our host today, your new bride and groom, the new Mr. and Mrs. Martin, David and